Towards ensuring that young learners gain vital digital skills, a non-governmental organization in Osun State, Teens Awareness Initiative, is working to weave artificial intelligence into education through delivering free youth-focused courses. We are now being joined on the news at 7 by Rhoda Omotosho. She is the Executive Director of Teens Awareness Initiative, a non-governmental organization. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. So good to be here.
Thank you. Now, kindly take us through how your organization is delivering free youth-focused digital courses on the Nigerian Learning Passport.
Okay, all right. So thank you, everybody. So my name is Rhoda Israel. I'm Rhoda Omotosho, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Teens Awareness Initiative. Since 2019, we've been working on bridging the learning gap among vulnerable children. So since the COVID-19, we discovered the gap on digital learning, and we took the step of partnering with different organizations, which brought us into the program funded by UNICEF, Nigerian Learning Passport. So we were able to partner with UNICEF and the Ministry of Education of Osun State to introduce the Nigerian Learning Passport into the learning scheme of students, young people in Osun State. So this learning platform has provided a full and rich curriculum for learning across all levels, primary, secondary, tertiary, in a way that is accessible to all students, both students that have access to internet and students that don't have access to internet, because it is a platform that is available offline, that works offline for students to access the courses. And under this program, we also have provision for free internet for students. The partnership is with UNICEF, is with Microsoft, is with Airtel, is with MTN, ensuring that every young person have access to digital literacy courses, their regular curriculum, and connectivity, free connectivity that enhance their learning, and most especially that expose them to the digital world, which is the new wave in education right now. So these are some of these efforts, and this program was launched in December 2024. And as we speak right now, 500 secondary schools in Osun State have been equipped with digital skills. Teachers across these 500 schools have been equipped with digital skills. Free routers have also been distributed across these 500 schools, as well as free internet connectivity to foster learning across the schools in Osun State. Thank you.
Right. Now, how inclusive and accessible are these digital courses?
Okay, so in terms of inclusion, that was why I mentioned that the Nigeria Learning Passport, has been designed in such a way that both students that have access to internet and those that don't have access to internet are able to access it. Because with Airtel SIM, the platform is able to work offline even when there is no connectivity. Once there is Airtel SIM, all they have to do is to download Nigerian Learning Passports on their Android phone. Then with their Airtel SIM, it opens and they are able to access courses. So this, this speaks to inclusion of vulnerable children. We may not actually have access to connectivity to be able to access the course. And also in terms of inclusion and accessibility, it works on Android phone. We believe that an average young person in Nigeria right now have Android phones. So through their Android phones, their parents' Android phones, they're able to access the courses. And even peradventure that there are some students who do not have Android phones, who are not able to access devices to take these courses. We are working with the Ministry of Education, partnering with CBT centers, computer training centers, to make the courses available to young people. So currently, the Ministry of Education have a list of CBT centers that are partnering to offer free digital learning training, free AI courses training for young people. across the local government in Osun State. So all they have to do is they can walk up to the Ministry of Education and make a request for any of the CBT centers that they can access. They can go there. It is completely free. And these CBT centers have been equipped and empowered with the needed connectivity to ensure that students who do not have access to devices are able to access the courses as well.
Right. Now, what are the major challenges you have been able to identify, for the Nigerian youth, in accessing these digital skills and even in applying them?
Okay. Firstly, in terms of access, infrastructure has been a major challenge in Nigeria, especially within the school system. Within the school system, the availability of infrastructure within the school has been a major challenge. Also, electricity, you go to most of the schools, there will be different excuses like no electricity to power the devices. That's even for those that have devices, or, absence of devices completely. That has been the first major challenge. The second major challenge within the school system is in terms of teachers' capacity. That is why teachers' training is a core in this program, this intervention that we have been carrying out. So, teachers' capacity, it is a pity that in this digital-driven world, most teachers are actually still struggling in applying digital devices, in actually, teaching their students. And in terms of applicability of young people, especially tertiary institution students, I think there is a need for orientation, there's a need for mindset, mindset building on how young people can use digital skills to their own advantage, for their own career growth and for their own self-development. Because the challenge has been that though some young people are not completely alien to this development, to this digital development, we observe that most of them use it the wrong way, either using it, for cheating, or some using it for fraudulent, and all of that. Meanwhile, this knowledge, this exposure can actually be converted to economic development and economic growth for themselves. So there is need for orientation, there's need for mindset re-engineering for young people when it comes to applicability of their digital knowledge and their digital skills. Yes.
Now, yeah. As far as AI and global trend is concerned, do you think Nigeria is keeping the pace globally in AI innovation, taking into account the educational challenges that we have right now?
Okay, well, I would say that Nigeria is making progress, though we are not there yet, but at least there's a track record of significant efforts that is ongoing in the country to transform our education system. Part of this effort is what has made us to have the Nigerian Learning Passport program, which is done by the Federal Ministry of Education in partnership with UNICEF. So if the Federal Ministry of Education, have not taken this step, they will not have learning passports across different states in Nigeria. So part of the effort of the country, of the educational sector in the country, is what has actually bettered this innovation that we are having right now. And there are several efforts being made. There are several partnerships, from Microsoft, partnerships from MTN, partnership from Airtel, partnership from outside the countries, So we are making efforts, and the efforts have been giving us some reasonable results so far, at least to a very large extent. We have over 1 million users of Nigerian learning passports, all over Nigeria. That's a very significant effort. And recently, the Nigerian government gave their commitment to empowering more young people in Nigeria by the end of 2025. So there are plans ongoing to empower young people with digital literacy, most especially the literacy that actually helps them to convert their knowledge into income.
Right.
Yes. So they are ongoing efforts, but there are still so much work to be done. We are still not there yet, but at least we keep making progress, precept upon precept, until we are there. So we must not be redundant. We must not relent on previous achievements. We must seek to have more collaboration,
Right.
and most importantly, incorporate what we have into our system and make it work. Yeah.
Now, what digital skill, or AI skill, artificial intelligence skill, will you suggest that we should start teaching, as far as education is concerned in Nigerian schools, be at the federal level, be at the state level, be at the, secondary or primary levels? What skills will you suggest?
Okay, so as a young person leading an organization that is driving the growth of young people, one thing that I have always tell people is that technology and AI is applicable in any field that you are working. Any field that you are working, technology and AI is applicable. And I will try to be practical with this. I practice as a research consultant. With the emergence of AI, I've been able to do better in my career because I'm able to search the internet more easier. I don't have to spend so much hours looking for the right resources for my work online. All I have to do is either to use ChatGPT or to use Microsoft Copilot or to use the Google Gemini, and I will get what I need in just like a tickle of an eye. So all these basic AI tools, how to use Google, how to use Microsoft, how to use ChatGPT, how to prompt the different AI tools in a way that will actually give it desired results are important to be taught right now. I made a reflection and I was like, if I happen to be in tertiary institution in this age of AI, I would have made my first class so easily, I wouldn't have to miss first class by, a very slight point, because with AI, you are able to study better, you are able to have a better result,
Right.
You are able to maximize your time.
Yeah,
The
permit me
Google
to
skills,
butt in here. Yeah, because of time, my last question is for a Nigerian youth who is very interested actually in pursuing a career in AI or, any of these digital skills, but is overwhelmed or under-resourced. How will you advise such a youth, a young person?
Okay, what I would say to Nigerian youth, even as we celebrate this day for youth skill,
Right.
youth skill day, is that Nigerian youth have skills. There are more than enough resources online for anyone to acquire the skills that they want. If you want to develop your skill in data science, you have more than enough resources on YouTube.
Right.
Even ChatGPT can teach you how to code, how to do your analysis, how to practically do anything. So if you want to pursue any career in tech, in AI, or any digital knowledge that you need, maximize the resources you have online.
All right. We have been having a conversation with Rhoda Omotosho, the Executive Director of Teens Awareness Initiative, a non-government organization. Thank you for your time and contributions on the News at 7, Rhoda. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.